Oh, my sweet, sweet iPads. I've missed you.
Is it a computer yet?
It's definitely a computer yet. I mean, like, it's been a while since I did an iPad thing. This is nice. I used to do all the iPad reviews. Jonna, did you know? Every time you watched an LTT iPad review or iPad video, even on Short Circuit, I did most of them from like 2019 onwards. That's me, baby.
You did the Air last time.
The last iPad Air, the 4th gen, came out in 2020. I did the review of that on LTT and on Short Circuit because I liked what Apple was doing. As much as we challenge Apple, as much as we get up in their face, I actually like what they've done.
Your jacket's too loud.
The iPad Air, I was actually excited to see this because I like what Apple has been doing with their iPads. They kind of like took it from being this fun product for, you know, your average consumer to just like play, and I don't even know what the mobile games are now, to like, you know, computers, more or less. iPadOS is a robust operating system, but it still has a lot of limitations. So I'm interested to see what the M1 chip, what it can do for the format. Didn't see that coming. iPad Air.
Mac address opened it up before us, so.
What? Mac address already unboxed this?
Subscribe to Mac address.
Shut up, Andy. What? It's ripping. What?
Yeah, horse ripped it.
Apple is just not the same as it once was. Okay, well, I'm ripping it then, because like, what am I supposed to do? So from what I understand, this is like the same chassis, more or less, as the iPad Air 4th gen, although I've seen some complaints from some people about build quality maybe being slightly less impressive on this one. Like they say that it's a thinner enclosure, but like, I don't feel, oh, maybe I feel a little something, but that just might be the emotions. Very, very happy right now. Feels okay, so I don't know, that's probably, it looks about the same build quality. In the box, we got the normal stuff, papers, stickers.
Oh, it's white, lame.
You're the worst. Who cares about sticker? Like people are like, oh, I wonder what stickers are in the iPad Air Pro box. No, it's not a Pro, but it looks like a Pro. USB-C cable, because once again, the iPads get USB-Cs, iPhones do not. Until they get their act together. Does have a power adapter in the box though, so that's unlike, they're still shipping power adapters with the iPads, but not the iPhones. So when I say the same chassis as the iPad Air 4, what I mean is, it's got these 4 speaker grills, again, but there's only 2 actual working speakers, from what I understand, because they've adapted the iPad Pro overall chassis design that they, I think, first introduced in 2018. And in 2020, when they updated the iPad Air, they gave it that square bezel design that they're gonna, I guess, put on all the iPads. The iPad Mini even has that, the new one, that you can use as a phone, but not actually. Yeah. Subscribe to Mac address.
Again.
Yes, please.
The iPad Pros have Face ID. And the iPad Air, in lieu of that, they used the same design overall, but they took away the Face ID and put in the Touch ID enabled power button. Over here we got the volume rockers, as you would expect, and I guess maybe that's a mic. USB-C port, which this time is apparently 2 times faster than the one in the iPad Air, and here's where things get really up, let me tell you. You guys know about the USB naming and how messed up it is, but this is what's so confusing to me. The iPad Air in 2020 supported 5 gigabits transfer speed, okay? But at that time, that was USB 3.1 Gen 1. That's 5 gigabits per second. So the iPad Air 2022 has USB 10 gigabits per second. But what Apple is calling it is USB 3.1 Gen 2, which is technically correct, but that's not what USB is calling it anymore. The USB Implementers Forum is now calling that USB 3.2 Gen 2 by 1, 2x1. The iPad Air 2020 had USB 3.2 Gen 1 by 1 is what they call it now. At the time though, they called it USB 3.1 Gen 1. And now Apple is saying, this one has USB 3.1 Gen 2, which is actually supposed to be called USB 3.2 Gen 2 by 1. Okay? But if Apple was gonna put in a 20 gigabit port in this one, it would be USB 3.2 Gen 2 by 2. That's the fastest one you can get.
What about USB 4?
I'm not even touching USB 4. No Thunderbolt. So that is where we can bring it back. The iPad Pros have support for Thunderbolt 3, I believe. Maybe Thunderbolt 4? I don't think they have Thunderbolt 4. I think they have Thunderbolt 3 over a USB-C connector. Guys, this is getting really confusing. You might come up against a scenario where you're trying to transfer a large file or something, or use an accessory, and this is gonna have a slightly better bandwidth for you to transfer things over USB-C or connect accessories or whatever. Everything's better than a lightning port.
Nice.
That's my song. This starts at the same price as the iPad Air 4, $599 for the 64 gig version. You can bump it up to 256 gigs of storage, and then you'll pay $749. And then on both of those, you can add 5G if you want, which will bump up the price to $749 and $899, I believe. It's also got Wi-Fi 6, so that's nice. It is a nice tablet from just looking at the specs. So like, another one of the big differences between the iPad Air and the iPad Pros is the refresh rate. With this one, you're stuck with a 60 hertz refresh rate. Doesn't have the ProMotion, like variable, changing depending on the content type of situation. Although it is a 10.9 inch liquid retina, so like, it looks nice and sharp. Let's bring up something pretty. Do we have pretty photos on here? Hey, Adam's pretty. Pretty. Ooh, what's that guy's name? Robin? That's a sharp photo. Who took this? It's got 60 hertz compared to the 120 hertz on the iPad Pro, and it's got a few other kind of deficiencies compared to that as well. This is not a mini LED display. So it doesn't have the same brightness. What did you say the max peak brightness was? 500 nits?
Well, it just says 500 nits.
500, that's probably sustained.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm looking at a MAC address video right now. It still looks pretty nice. The colors, how do I get rid of the UI? It won't go away. What's going on?
I don't know.
Apparently this thing does have, True Tone, which like basically every Mac product with a screen has these days, and the P3 color gamut. So I don't know how to gauge that. Why it turned itself down again? Make yourself bright for me. And I wanna show you everything else that this iPad has to offer after this word from our sponsor, Dbrand.
Dbrand.
They didn't even send us this thing with a fancy skin on it.
Because you have to put it on.
Oh, I'm so bad at this. Ooh, that's a leather skin, baby. What you call me? What is this thing? Is that a cow? Is that the dead cow that made the leather?
That's Betsy.
Old Bessie.
Get yourself a skin made from the carcass of old Bessie, our favorite cow that we killed. This is like leather.
It is leather, it's real.
This is real leather?
Yeah.
Wow.
How does it smell?
It's like old Bessie is in the room with me right now.
Do it. Don't mess up. Don't mess up. Ooh.
Oh no. Haha! It's not an absolutely perfect application, but listen, this is what I said. I'm not good at this. Oh, that goes on the lens. That's kind of cool actually, because then it protects it from like hitting into things. That's beautiful, Dbrand.
How does that feel?
I love you.
Did you know that it actually changes colors as you use it?
You mean it's got a patina? Patina! Changing color when you're up, let the patina. You wanna put a dead cow on your devices? Go check it out at the link below, dbrand.com/
Short Linus.
Short Linus. Okay, so now we know that Jonathan Horst looks amazing on the iPad Pro, or iPad Air 4 display. It looks like an iPad Pro. Can you blame me for continuing to confuse it? So because this thing has the M1 in it, it has actually double the RAM as the previous iPad Air 4 as well. That one had 4 gigs compared to the, at that time, the iPad Pro based on the A12Z Bionic had 6 gigs of RAM, and the iPad Air had 4 gigs of RAM. But now, all the iPads have so much RAM. You can get, so this one comes with 8 gigs of RAM because of the M1, and the iPad Pro with the M1, you can get up to 16 gigs of RAM on an iPad. That's crazy. Is that exciting to you? You're chewing, don't try to talk. And what's even more impressive is that with a more powerful chip, it still has all-day battery, as Apple likes to say, but when you actually look at the specs, they say it's 10 hours on Wi-Fi and 9 hours on cellular. But we'll see. I won't see, because I'm gonna be done with this after this video, but someone will. the cool thing about Apple deciding that it was basically gonna have the same physical design, more or less, there's thicker bezels on this compared to the iPad Pro, is the fact that they are compatible, or I think they are, with like other accessories. So I'm okay with them not having giant innovations in physical design as long as they fit into the same accessories. This is the Logitech Folio Touch, which I took a look at when I reviewed the iPad Air 4. It's not working! Is it because of the dbrand skin? It might be.
no.
It's because of the dbrand skin, it's thicker. So unfortunately, if you get the fancy dbrand leather skin, it might not seat correctly. In the Logitech Combo Touch that has the detachable keyboard, we do have the trackpad's working, the keyboard's working, but on the non-detachable Logitech Folio Touch keyboard, we weren't getting the seating, like the connector wasn't seating properly. So that's too bad. But what about the Magic Keyboard? This is a mess. What is going on? We don't have our Apple accessories in order. But you know who does? Mac address, subscribe.
Yeah.
I think it'll work. Oh. We don't have an 11-inch.
Oh, you don't.
I think we can make it work. I think if we just kind of
Oh, what's it?
No. Perfect. Well, if you get the 11-inch version of the Magic Keyboard, I'm pretty sure it'll fit. All right, well, I was going to look at the camera while it was sitting in a thing, but I guess we're not gonna do that. Oh, is center stage on right now? Yeah, it moved. So that's the other thing that they're adding to the iPad Air this time is the ultra-wide 12 megapixel front-facing camera that enables center stage. So you can, don't worry, this is very stable.
I'm gonna block you.
Oh, and it's over here, and then you move over here, and then, oh, it's trying.
Oh.
Oh, it's focusing on me.
Yeah, it focuses on, whatever idiot is in the room, so.
Oh, what?
And on the back, we have the same 12 megapixel, just regular wide camera. And that'll let you shoot 4K video, so that's nice.
Up to 60 frames per second.
Do you want me to take a nice photo of this Horizon thing? How much is this thing?
I think 250 US.
250 US dollars, that's wrong, Jono.
I didn't buy it.
That's not right. It doesn't even look like anything, it's too busy. So if you're the type of person to not be ashamed when you're out in public holding up an iPad filming something, apparently the camera's still pretty good.
Sure is.
The coolest thing about this new iPad is the M1, as I said. So I think if you're, for most people, looking for a tablet, you still wanna look at the iPad 9th gen, just regular iPad, because that starts at $329, and it's got a A13 Bionic, which isn't an M1, but it's still pretty good for like tablet stuff. But I feel like the iPad Air has now established this kind of like middle ground where maybe you're not like a full professional and you need like an iPad for your work all the time, but maybe you're like an artist and you have a computer and you have other things and you want to have a tablet that is reasonably powerful that you can like use Procreate on or stuff. That's a nice niche to be in. I can't really like test the performance per se, because that's for the full review. We're not doing a full review. Mac addresses. One more thing though, the speakers. You're not a crab, don't talk to me. That's a tablet. If I didn't know this was a tablet and that was like over there, I would just like... No, it still sounds like a tablet. But as far as mobile device speakers go, pretty good. There's a good amount of mids and bass on that thing.
You'd watch movies and stuff.
No, I would still use headphones. I have no problem watching, like using this as my visuals,
Yeah.
but sound is like more important than visuals to me. And it's also more important to me that you watch to the end of this video. Thank you so much, dear viewer. Hey, subscribe to Short Circuit for more videos like this. And if you wanna buy this tablet, use the links below. Those are the best ones. I tried the other ones.